Well, Nintendo dropped the Direct the other day, and boy, oh boy, was it full of a lot of gems. I mean, there's so many things to talk about, right? But in particular, today I wanted to go over two things I thought were interesting. Sorry, three things I thought were interesting. One of them happens to be Super Mario Party Jamboree. All right, so this thing starts off basically saying it's a bigger and bolder Mario Party. I thought, oh, this is going to be a Superstars sequel. It was a sequel to a Super, but not the one I thought it was. It was a sequel to Super Mario Party. Now, to be honest, I have mixed reactions about this because what they're showing is they show like Mario's cloud level from Mario Party 1, for example. So I was thinking, oh, are they trying to maybe mix the games together? Sort of bring the player bases together, which seems like a smart move, I guess, because, well, it is nice to sell games and this and that. You are dedicating resources to two Mario Party games, so I suppose for them they just want kind of one catch-all, one large one. Or maybe they just felt that with the Superstars model they reached their sort of peak, since it is just a remake of basically the N64 games. We do have Mario Party, Mario's Rainbow Castle here. We get Western Land from Mario Party 2. Now it would be sick if you could dress up in the costumes, but I don't think they're gonna do that. The minigames look like fun, though. They look like evolutions of what we've seen, but we also have a lot of those Switch controller-specific minigames, too. You'll see them, like, rotating the controller around, stuff like that. Something that's very modern style of Mario Party. You can play up to 20 players. How insane is this going to be? I didn't know I wanted to break off friendships with more than 20 people. I thought it was just, 3 or 4 was good enough. I have no idea how we're going to be able to handle this, but it looks like they've got like this one like with the foot marching one. That one is so freaking hard with just 2 people. Could you imagine doing it with 5? It's insane. Their take that it's going to be a bolder Mario Party certainly is interesting with all of those players being in there. I'm assuming with these maps being super interactive. I wonder if they're going to make any changes to the older Mario Party maps. I wonder if they're going to expand them because, like, realistically, Mario's Rainbow Castle isn't the biggest map in the world, right? You can kind of go through it a little bit quickly. A lot of those Mario Party 1 maps aren't super big. You got things like the Raceway, which certainly looks interesting too. You're going to be able to drive around on the map. I mean, yeah, so far so good. I'm a little bit cautious just because I feel like, for me personally, with the Mario Party games, when you start to get up there with the numbers, like Mario Party 9 and then 10 and then Super Mario Party, it just felt like they were trying to do too many new things. And me, I'm stubborn, I'm old. So, personally speaking, I wanted something closer to the original games. We got that with Superstars. Maybe it was just a one-off, and this is the direction of Mario Party in the future. I mean, the games look fun. I will say this. It looks fun. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters, right? But that's not all we got, because we got something that I thought was going to be a remake to the original Legend of Zelda game. I mean, you have this fight with what seems like the original Pig Ganon here in the beginning. You have Link. It's in the style of the Link's Awakening remake, which is a really good idea, I think. I really like this style. I don't want every single 2D Zelda to look like this going forward, but I think, you put in like 3 or 4 different games that look like this, and it looks cool. And so the big mix-up here, of course, if you've already seen this, is that Zelda is freed. Link is taken away by this weird sort of rift in reality. So now it's up to Zelda to basically save the day. This isn't her first outing, so if you're a fan of the Zelda games, there was Zelda the Wand of Gamelon, where you do play Zelda, and Zelda's Adventure, where, again, you play Zelda. So this isn't exactly the newest thing in the world, but it is a nice mix-up. I was hoping it would be remakes of those games, but all being serious, it is pretty cool. I think it's awesome. The world map looks really cool. People are speculating, is this a Link to the Past? Is this something we've seen before? Maybe they're trying to be a little bit more consistent with the Zelda maps between realms and games, and sort of it's just a Link to the Past era. Maybe this is just a sequel to Link's Awakening, right? Link's comeback. He's here to save the day. The main point of this game is that the town is being subdued by this here shroud, right? People are getting taken away. It looks very similar to Gloom in Tears of the Kingdom. And you meet this mysterious fairy Tri, who's going to help Zelda along the way. Nintendo games love these like little partners, don't they? And Zelda has the hood. I think it's from Breath of the Wild. I'm assuming it's the same one. So basically, she's gonna run around. She's gonna have this here staff, a wand. kind of. Well, it's most really a staff. And she's going to be able to create echoes, which is basically her going up to different items, and you can place them like anywhere. How this is going to be utilized, I mean, they're already kind of giving you some hints, putting down beds and water cubes in random places. It seems like the Legend of Zelda games as of recent are really going for these really creative outlets. You know, it really wants to test players' creativity a lot. You get this with, of course, you got this with Breath of the Wild a lot, but you get it way, way, way more with Tears of the Kingdom with the building, right? And now with this game, instead of doing just a traditional top-down Zelda game, which would have been fine, you make Zelda the protagonist and that's it. Now you got her doing what she does best, using magic. She's summoning things. You could summon enemies, and by the looks of it, there's a timer. You have the 2D style that was present in Link's Awakening. It looks like I think it's maybe a Deku flower or something like that. I was going to say piranha plant, because it kind of looks like that, but it's not an exact piranha plant. But to be fair, in those games, the Mario characters did look a little bit weird. They sort of changed their designs up. So it makes me wonder if we're going to see other Mario characters. We see some Zelda favorites in here, like the Deku tree, looking very similar to how it looks in Ocarina of Time. Overall, to me personally, story is really not that big of a deal. It's all about the gameplay, and I think this is looking like a really solid title. I had a lot of fun with Link's Awakening. That was the first time I ever played it. I never played the original ones, so if this is some sort of a pseudo sequel or something like that, I'm all for it. I think it looks fantastic. Again, a very creative game, and I'm sure there's going to be tons of videos on YouTube about people trying all sorts of weird combinations, putting like beds and water blocks or something like that. Really, the whole point, Aonuma says, is so their whole design philosophy with this is basically letting players play the way they want to and having a unique playthrough each and every time. A real cool twist on Zelda. I'm all here for it. I'm excited. Can't go wrong with top-down Zelda games. You can't. They're all really solid, really fun. And then there was the first announcement, actually, which totally caught me off guard. I could not believe they were starting the Direct with something so perfect. I'm still not used to the voice changes. I could tell it's like a little bit different. It was kind of like, wow, we really are entering the new era of Mario, right? I mean, of course we got it with Wonder, but it's like it's fully here now. That said, I'm a big fan. This is looking really good. I mean, it's Mario and Luigi. Alpha Dream is closed. I wonder who's developing this. I haven't really looked into it too much. This is just sort of like a day after reaction, I guess. But it looks fantastic. It looks nice and simple. It's Mario and Luigi working together again. There doesn't seem to be any extra gimmicks. Their little Starmie, whatever. I forgot what the name is. That doesn't seem to be present. This guy here that they're talking to, he might be the partner. He's in the box art, so maybe he'll follow you around. But the style just looks absolutely just perfect. It looks so freaking good. It's what you know. It's what you love. You got the bros attacks. The fighting looks exactly the same, which I'm very happy about. I like this style of, you know, you have Mario, you have Luigi. You got to dodge attacks. You got to attack with both of them. However, the way they're showing this overworld is amazing with the moving camera. It's panning. It kind of goes like that pseudo 3D camera angle that they used to have a lot back in the past. Then it goes kind of like 2D camera angle sometimes. The dynamic movement there looks fantastic. Again, the art style is amazing. It's like they took the box art and literally made a game out of it. The bros attacks and bros items seem to be back, which is cool. I like the more simple. I'm a fan of the other ones, don't get me wrong. Bowser's Inside Story is phenomenal. Partners in Time is a god tier experience. Probably my favorite of all of the games. I love the first one too. I think the first one's amazing. So to go back to that simplicity of the first one is something I'm a fan of. We're treading into this sort of unknown territory with Alpha Dream having closed, right? The original studio that were making these games. Did Nintendo hire some of the staff? I like to hope so. I would hope that some of that DNA is still there. But sometimes we don't need it, right? I mean, not to slander or anything, but there are cases where people come in and they make a sequel to a game and it outdoes what was there before. Sometimes they do get it. But you want someone who understands the philosophy of the games to be in charge here. And this was the thing with Paper Mario for so long. You had someone who was in charge since the beginning, turned it into something maybe many people didn't like, so it could be a hit or miss. It could be mixed. It could be hit or miss. But here it's looking really good. I love these partner moves, these bro moves. Everything looks fantastic. It looks like it's a lot of fun. I'm all here for it. Mario and Luigi Brothership, another RPG. We are just having so many freaking RPGs this year. It is so good. But let us know what you all think. Are you excited about this? Totally unexpected. Did not know this was coming. That's all for me today. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.